at that time, I don't have a job. I don't live in New Zealand. I have a business that, you know, doesn't earn a lot, but my goal is to buy a house. So what's the easiest way for me to do that? And she basically said, go and get a job. And hey, that's all good. That was the answer. And so I thought, okay, that's what I'm going to do. So moved over to New Zealand in December 2021. My goal was to get a house in about 12 months. I had a friend who was in a recruitment company, and she managed to land a temp role for me, and which is at the company that I'm at now. And I've just been really blessed to have, I suppose, the owners and the management to see the value that I bring to the company and be able to reward me with a good salary to be able to achieve that, to be able to achieve, you know, getting my goal in the end. Yeah. I think what I learned was if you've got a X amount of money, and it's probably the biggest amount of money that you're ever going to invest in the first time, you know, in your life into something that's really big, and you want to use it wisely as best as you can and make the most of it. So for me, she made me see how I could make the most of that deposit, because I had no Kiwi saver, given that I hadn't worked in New Zealand. So we came with savings, some deposit from Samoa, and we were able to look for the right property. That's the next one, was that she was able to make me see, you know, to see, okay, look for the right property. You know, don't just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's the right property. And just because it's in a bad area doesn't mean that it's not good, you know. You've got to see beyond. Those are other challenges that you sort of think, okay, how can you see the end goal with trying to get the right house for you, making sure that the property is, you can develop the property even further to add value to the property. And that was really cool, how you could use that, and then to add value, to then use that difference of the equity that's built up in your property to be able to move forward to, I suppose move forward if you want to for further developments. Yeah, I achieved my goal. The results have been I found a house through the end of last year. I was declined by one bank, but then approved by another. A house that I'd found was a do-up, so we were able to actually get it for below the actual value because of the situation of the owner, who was now in a rest home. So it was treated like an estate. So we actually got a really good price for it. And then we were able to add value by adding a fourth bedroom and adding a half bath, so one extra toilet to make it 2 toilets and a shower and vanity into the bathroom. And we were just able to, so we've gone through that, and we didn't need to get consent because the guidance through Lucia's program was able to, with reaching out to experts like ex-building inspectors who are able to guide you, so you could save money down that road instead of, consulting with someone, that you actually had that support to make the right decision. When we moved here from Samoa, we were in a 2-bedroom apartment, not used to it, but the whole program has allowed us to really buy our first home in New Zealand and have the freedom to then be able to move forward with with more developments in the future. So, you know, in terms of, I feel good. Our whole family feels so comfortable in the home now. It's very cozy. We have the space as opposed to, you know, a 2-bedroom apartment. And yeah, we love the street that we live in. And we can see that there's a huge future moving forward, given that we're able to develop the property even more by, you know, having other additional dwellings on the property. And yeah, we're just really looking forward to what we're capable of doing, and within the capacity of what we can do. I think, yeah, definitely. I think the challenge is just within yourself. It's you're really pushing boundaries. It was really, you know, you think you can afford this, but really you can only afford that. And so it's roping that back and being able to manage your expectations and be truly real about it, so that you don't get yourself into financial trouble. And that's how checking in with me, I'd always check in with Lucia, which was great, right through from the beginning when I was, you know, showed interest in the property. And then, you know, when I lost, because I actually lost out on the auction of the property, and she thought, oh yeah, it ticks all the boxes. And so she's provided that support through the whole program, which actually gives me comfort, you know, in moving forward. Yeah, and I wouldn't be in that situation, in the situation, we wouldn't be in our home if I had not contacted Lucia from the first instance. Yeah. The support and guidance is great. I mean, and the networking has been amazing. You know, being able to chat with other members in the group, and outside of the group we keep in contact. And, you know, yes, there are networks within, you know, and contacts within Lucia's group, but, you know, you can also chat with each other to see how you can try and work together, because you're with like-minded people who are genuinely interested in helping each other move forward, you know, especially with property, your own property, or in property development in the future. Yeah, I just, anyone that I speak to is about, hey, you've got nothing to lose. It really is, you've got to know what you want. You know, if your goal is to want to achieve a property, you have to understand that there are sacrifices that you have to make, I suppose. But it is also important to have that support and that guidance moving forward, especially like me, if you haven't had it before. And I've never had it in New Zealand for 20 years, so I don't know how to navigate the property market here. You know, and it was right at the time, it was before the floods, you know, and so if I hadn't gone through the program, I probably would have chosen a property that was flood prone, you know, because I had no idea. So it's a lot of learning, and I think it's so important to really have that guidance and the education. You've got to educate yourself. Because if you don't want to, then this is not the right program for you, let alone any program, because it's all about education. You've got to be invested in it to want to learn how to move forward, because they're not going to give you the answers. Every person's situation is unique to them, and you can't think that you can copy that person, because they're different. So you've got to be truly invested in it in order for the mentor to really help you navigate the property market in New Zealand, in Auckland especially. You know, Lucia's great, and I still, you know, read lots of other material as well, and I just sort of end up sorting out what is good for my situation, given my age, given my family situation, given that I'm not going to be here for the rest of my life because I'm just here to educate the children. And I suppose it's about mentoring my own kids forward, because 19, 16, they will soon be finished with university at some point and buying their own homes. So it's also about, educating them as well. I would highly recommend Lucia's program because I've gained so much from it, and I'm still gaining a lot from it. I don't see that it's just stopped here with my first house. I see that it's a lifelong relationship with your mentor, and it's great. She's just a phone call away, a text away, an email away, and her team has been really, really helpful. The turnaround times, there is no turnaround time, it's just quick. It's just instant. And so, yeah, definitely would recommend her course because of the fact that I've gone through this whole journey from migrating from New Zealand, from Samoa to New Zealand, and the guidance has been second to none. It's been amazing. And if that's the situation you're in, with trying to, where you know nothing about property, and you want to get into your first house, and don't ever think that earning very little is going to stop you. It's not going to make you achieve your house. It's amazing what you can actually do, regardless of what you earn. Yeah. So you need the guidance, come to Lucia's program.